students, happy morning.
Good morning.
Yes, today we will begin a new story from Sudhamurthy's Wise and Otherwise with the title Pay or I Will Commit Suicide. See, it is story number 25 with the title Pay or I will commit suicide from Sudhamurthy's Wise and Otherwise. The title of the story is somewhat threatening, डरावना, धमकी के जैसा लग रहा है, लेकिन है क्या? Pay or I will commit suicide. पैसे दे दो, नहीं तो मैं खुदकुशी कर लूँगी. Such a catchy title Sudhamurthy has given to this story, and what is the matter? Let us all see. That can be something. What I think. What do you think? Something unique that might have happened, and somebody is threatening Sudhamurthy ji herself for not paying, or somebody else to their relatives who are in the position of money. They are asking, they are expecting certain donations, and if the person is not willing, voluntarily, then there is some threat note. Now let us see what is actually the story about. Ready? So let's get started. At the Infosys Foundation, we get approximately 10,000 letters annually. सुधामूर्ति जी बता रहे हैं, Infosys Foundation में हमें हर साल में कम से कम 10,000 letters मिलते हैं. Of course, those letters are about asking for help, and if they are helped, there are some gratitude letters saying thank you. Or some letters can be about some more additions, right? And now here, it is a Herculean task for my secretaries to sort them, read them and send replies. सुधामूर्ति जी बोल रहे हैं, मेरे सेक्रेटरी को ये बहुत बड़ा काम होता है कि उनका सभी का सॉर्टिंग करो, अलग अलग कैटेगरीज में रखो, उनको पढ़ो और उनको रिप्लाई दे दो. Some letters are eye openers and some are funny and crazy. कुछ लेटर्स क्या होते हैं? आई ओपनर, मतलब आंखें खुल जाती है, कुछ नया हमें इंफॉर्मेशन मिलता है. और कुछ लेटर्स एकदम फनी और क्रेजी होते हैं, बहुत मज़ेदार, और कुछ मान के चलो कुछ पागलपंती के जैसे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस. नाउ सी, one day I got a letter that seemed like an SOS. It was a 5-page letter from a woman, a long letter. Okay, the first 2 pages described the vagaries of the stock market. She explained how she had lost her money by choosing the wrong stocks. The actual message was in the last few sentences. She asked me to pay all the loans she had incurred due to her foolishness. It is not a big amount, it is a mere 5 crores, she concluded. As you all know, Infosys Foundation works to help people, works to help village and schools and other stuffs wherein correct amount of donations and right help goes to the grassroots. But some people are taking disadvantage of making this forum open to write to the trust, and one of the examples Sudhamurthy ji gives here, there is a lady who is writing a long 5-page letter to Sudhaji, and she is asking, she has just lost 5 crores due to her foolish mistake, and she is expecting Sudhaji to return the money. Is it possible? So this is a kind of crazy letter. There is no practical thought behind asking for money. If somebody has lost the money, Sudhaji has not founded the trust for these people. Okay, because the motto of Infosys Foundation is something different. But however, people do right, and Sudhaji's secretary has to read it and understand it, and if possible, reply to it. Then, I did not know who this woman was and marveled at her audacity in writing a letter like this. I did not reply. सुधाजी बोल रहे हैं कि कौन ऐसी लेडी होगी और जितने ऐसा लिखा है और जिसकी इतनी हिम्मत हुई इस चीज़ के लिए मुझे पैसा मांगने की, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, मैंने कुछ रिप्लाई दिया. The very next week there was another letter from her, again 5 pages long, but this time describing her domestic difficulties and how important it was for me to help her. She also wrote that if I did not send her the money, she would commit suicide and that she would hold me responsible. Are you getting now? The same lady is writing a letter again to the trust, and now this time she is writing about the difficulties that she has due to lack of money. And if this time Sudhaji is not willing to give any money to her, she will commit a suicide. And she will hold Sudhaji responsible for this. This is a kind of threat, and hence the title, Pay or I Will Commit Suicide. Now you all know donations are a kind of voluntary activity. It cannot be voluntary. If I feel like I have certain amount of money and the person is enough, what we can say, deserving to get the donation, I may, but forcibly nobody can ask somebody to donate. And forget about losing somebody else's life. If the person next to you is not able to help you, you cannot hold the person responsible for not paying you. That's not good. That's not the wise idea anymore. So now, what to do? What could I reply to such a letter? सुधाजी सोच रहे ऐसे खतों को मैं क्या जवाब दे दूँ? I didn't write back. मैंने reply नहीं भेजा. After 2 weeks, a third letter came. अभी तीसरा लेटर आया, ठीक है? Saying that I was a stone-hearted woman, that I didn't have love and sympathy for fellow human beings. पत्थर दिल हो आपको, तीसरे लेटर में लिखा है, आपको कुछ भी किसी के लिए प्यार नहीं है और कुछ चिंता नहीं है आपको हमारी. She wondered how a person like me could be involved in philanthropic work. आपको ऐसे मानवतावादी कामों से जुड़ने का कोई हक नहीं है. मैं आपको ये तीसरा लेटर लिख रही हूँ, फिर भी आपने कुछ दखल नहीं ली है अब तक. These kind of letters hurt me at times. ऐसे letters पढ़ के मुझे बहुत बुरा लगता है. I really cannot understand this kind of philosophy. मुझे ये सोचने का तरीका philosophy समझ में ही नहीं आती. If somebody does not give you money, in a fraction of a second, that person becomes very bad. Otherwise, that person is great. Often, relatives also behave the same way. They comment, what is the use of relatives when you do not give money to your own people? How can you help others? सुधाजी अभी ये बोल रहे हैं कि मुझे समझ में नहीं आता कि ऐसे लोगों की विचारधारा कैसी होती है. ऐसे कुछ रिलेटिव्स भी होते हैं, अगर कोई रईस है पैसा दे सकता है, लेकिन अगर उसने नहीं दिया तो उस समय वो काफ़ी बुरा हो जाता है, उसके लिए काफ़ी भला बुरा कहा जाता है, उसको ताने दिए जाते हैं. लेकिन ये बात बिल्कुल भी सही नहीं है. और लोग ऐसे भी आगे जाके बोलते हैं कि इसका रईस होने का कुछ मतलब ही नहीं है, ये अपने लोगों को बिल्कुल हेल्प नहीं करता है और कुछ हमें इनका इस्तेमाल नहीं है. There is no use of the riches that he or she has. What is the use of relatives when you do not give money to your own people? But do you think this is a right philosophy? Not at all, because everybody earns with their proper hard work and management those money, and nobody can forcibly ask that money to come to you. And if somebody helps, yeah, that person is great. And the next time the person is unable to help, maybe due to certain reasons or maybe due to certain philosophy, that 100 times or 1000 times somebody is helping you and still the situation is persistent, that person also might feel at some moment of time not to help, and that is his or her sole decision. But then to those people would eventually tell the person very bad. And so Sudhaji is against this kind of philosophy. Help is a word whose real meaning very few people understand. Help is a word of which the meaning of people understand in a different way. किसी को मदद करनी है, ठीक है, तो किसी को मदद का मतलब क्या है? हर किसी के लिए मदद, हेल्प ये वर्ड अलग अलग पैरामीटर से आता है. यहाँ पे देखो इसके बारे में और क्या कहते हैं सुधा मूर्ति जी. It is essential that we must help our people and our country. ये लगभग तय है कि हम हमारे देशवासियों की और लोगों की मदद करें. But giving money to a well-to-do person is not help. जो अच्छा खासा है उसकी मदद करना मदद है ही नहीं. आप समझो इस बात को. There are certain girls in our class. Do you remember? And you might have also observed that हमारा mini lunch का है project. Mini lunch is made for what? Those students who really cannot afford to feed them early morning or maybe in daytime, right? And so this is for the economically backward students who will get that support from the donors. But there are some students, you also know them very well, they take this disadvantage of lying to the management and taking this disadvantage, which is not actually the help, because they do not value this. They may even certain times skip off the breakfast gets wasted. It is happening. And so here she is focusing on to help का मदद समझना जरूरी है आपको. You should approach a person for a donation only if all other avenues have been exhausted and the money is required for medical help or education. You should always remember that this is we have skipped 2 lines. Let me just go to the earlier passage. Help is a word whose real meaning is very few people understand. मदद ये वर्ड का मतलब बहुत कम लोग जानते हैं. It is essential that we must help our people and our country. ये लगभग तय है कि हम हमारे देशवासियों की देश की सेवा करना जरूरी है. But लेकिन क्या giving money to a well-to-do person is not help. जो एक भला खासा है और जो वेल टू डू है, मतलब अपनी ज़रूरतें पूरी कर सकता है, ऐसे आदमी को पैसा देना मदद नहीं है. Giving money to buy a second house, expensive jewelry or for a holiday abroad is not help. लोगों को लगता है कि इन्फोसिस फाउंडेशन के पास तो बहुत पैसा है, तो कुछ भी हमें ज़रूरत चाहिए तो हम पूरा कर सकता है, तो आपको दूसरा घर लेना है इसके लिए हम मदद करें, ये नहीं होगा. आपको एक्सपेंसिव ज्वेलरी खरीदने हैं इसके लिए हम मदद करें, तो ये गलत है. और हॉलीडे अब्रॉड, मुझे लगता है कि मुझे हॉलीडे से मुझे फॉरेन कंट्रीज घूमना है, उसके लिए हेल्प करें, तो ये भी गलत है. सो शी इज क्लियरिंग अबाउट व्हाट द इन्फोसिस फाउंडेशन स्टैंड्स फॉर. Giving money to buy a second house, expensive jewelry or for a holiday abroad is not help. If somebody loses money on the stock market in their greed to become rich quickly, then why should anybody feel obliged to help him or her? उनका एक्चुअली फिलोसफी था बहुत पैसा इन्वेस्ट करके और ज़्यादा पैसा कमाना. तो ऐसी चीज़ों में अगर आप लॉस में गए हैं तो उसके लिए हम भला मदद क्यों करें? Of course, that lady was writing it for the 3rd time. She has invested a lot of money in share market, and she has lost almost 5 crores. And she is expecting Sudhaji to give that money. I am in such a bad condition. I am at a pitiable position. What kind of woman you are? You can help so many people. 5 crores is not a big amount for you. Please help me. Okay, so Sudhaji is writing that this is not done. We are not here to help these kinds of people who want to invest their money into share markets, and if they fail, that's none of our fault. We are not there to help them. People who seek help should also have certain qualities. So Murthy ji is asking here to thank the people who are writing to her so that she can offer some help. Also should have certain quality. What qualities? She is writing, you should approach a person for a donation only if all other avenues have been exhausted and if the money is required for medical help or education. 2 चीज़ों के लिए आप ट्रस्ट से पैसा मांग सकते हो. Number 1, education. Number 2, medical help. Apart from this, you should not write to the trust because other avenues may be there, and those other things for which you are asking money cannot be that much important as much education and medical help can be. We should always remember that this is not your money. एक बात आपको याद रखनी है, ये जो पैसा है ट्रस्ट का वो आपका नहीं है. The donor might have sacrificed personal pleasures and family life, work day and night when others might have been enjoying the same. डोनर्स हमारे ट्रस्ट के यहाँ जो कुछ पैसा देते हैं उन्होंने बहुत ही मेहनत से कमाया होता है. उन्होंने अपने कुछ सपने साइड में रखे होते हैं, लेकिन ट्रस्ट के लिए पैसा दिया होता है, तो वो सभी काम बहुत ही सोच समझ के इस्तेमाल करते हैं. We should always remember that this is not your money. The donor might have sacrificed personal pleasures and family life, work day and night, when others might have been enjoying the same. Then again, the donor has the right to decide whom to help by giving money. डोनर भी तय कर सकते हैं कि मुझे पैसा किसको देना है। A donor's hand is always one level above the receiver's hand. हमेशा ही जो दान देता है, डोनेशन देता है, उसका हाथ हमेशा ही ऊपर रहता है लेने वालों से। If somebody honors me with a shawl, there is usually an application that comes with it. If a person praises me, most of the time there is a demand at the end. I have decided to help people who do not have anything, people who may perish without our support. These are my people. They are my relatives. I work for them, regardless of their caste, community, gender, language, or political affiliations, provided that we have funds. सुधा मूर्ति जी यहाँ पे क्लियरली बता रहे हैं कि उन्होंने इन्फोसिस फाउंडेशन के पैसे कौन से लोगों के लिए इस्तेमाल करने का फाइनल किया है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ऐसे लोग कि जिनको कहीं से भी कुछ भी मदद नहीं अवेलेबल हो रही है, अगर वो मदद उनको नहीं मिली तो शायद से उनका जीना बहुत ही मुश्किल हो जाएगा। सिर्फ ऐसे लोगों के लिए ही इन्फोसिस फाउंडेशन के पैसे इस्तेमाल करेंगे, वो उन्होंने भी क्लियर किया है। और उन्होंने ये भी एग्जाम्पल दिया है कि अगर कोई मुझे शॉल ऑफर करता है, ठीक है, सम्मान के तौर पे, तो कुछ ना कुछ एप्लीकेशन उसके साथ जरूर देता है। और कोई मुझे प्रेज भी करता है तो भी कुछ ना कुछ डिमांड के तौर पे ही वो प्रेज होती है कि मैडम हमें ऐसी ऐसी जरूरत चाहिए, हमें इतना खर्चा आएगा, ये प्रोजेक्ट के लिए, या आप हमें थोड़ी सी मदद करेंगे, ऐसे ऐसे। लेकिन सुधा मूर्ति जी ने सबको क्लियर बोल के रखा है कि हम सिर्फ उन्हीं लोगों को हेल्प करेंगे जो लोगों को बाकी कहीं से भी सोर्सेस अवेलेबल नहीं है, और अगर उनको हेल्प ना मिले तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है। देश के सभी देशवासी मेरे रिलेटिव्स हैं और उनकी कास्ट, कम्युनिटी, जेंडर, लैंग्वेज, कौन सी पार्टी से बिलोंग करते हैं, पॉलिटिकली पार्टी से, इससे हमें कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। हम सिर्फ उतना देखते हैं कि उनकी जरूरत कितनी सच है। आई डोंट एक्सपेक्ट एनीथिंग फ्रॉम देम, और उसके लिए मैं उनसे कुछ भी रिटर्न नहीं चाहती हूँ। नॉट इवन अ बुके ऑफ फ्लावर्स, कुछ फूलों का गुलदस्ता भी नहीं चाहती हूँ। द हैप्पीनेस इन देयर आईज इज द रियल रिवॉर्ड। उनके चेहरे पे आ गई जो हंसी है, मुस्कुराहट है, वही हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा रिवॉर्ड है। After the woman's suicide rate, I asked my secretary to discard such letters without showing them to me. As a result, these days I have fewer letters to read. और वो जो तीसरा लेटर था, वो लेडी ने लिखा हुआ, वो सुधा मूर्ति जी ने बताया कि सेक्रेटरी को ऐसे लेटर्स अगर आते हैं तो मुझे दिखाने का जरूरत नहीं है, मेरे लिए पढ़ने का भी जरूरत नहीं है, आप तुरंत उसको खारिज कर सकते हो, डिलीट कर सकते हो। डू नॉट कंसिडर, यू कैन pick it aside, keep it aside, and not just at all to consider anything what's written and pleaded in it. As a result, इसका परिणाम क्या हुआ? These days I have fewer letters to read. सेक्रेटरी मेरे पास बहुत ही कम लेटर्स पढ़ने के लिए लेके आते हैं, और ऐसे जो लेटर्स है, जो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ लेटर्स यू कैन कॉल इट एज क्रेजी लेटर। There is no practical thought, because if somebody has lost a huge amount due to somebody's foolishness, that is also if not life's necessity, trust would definitely not help these people. So this is an example of a suicide threat note with the title "Pay or I'll commit suicide." A lady asking Sudha Murthy ji to pay 5 crores which she has lost in share market. And what does Sudha ji do? Sudha ji just did not reply to any of these letters, and these kinds of letters are now not at all read to Sudha ji. So she is now having limited and only important letters at her desk. So here we have got donations, voluntary activity, gratitude quotient has to be there, correspondence plays a vital role when dealing with so many things at Infosys Foundation. How Sudha Murthy ji handles it wisely, takes quick decisions, and neglects these unnecessary threatful notes. I hope you have understood the story and you will also learn from it. Thank you and see you. Bye-bye. Bye.